So, as we all know, the Global Samud Flotilla was, I guess, for lack of a better term, successfully stopped. I'm trying to think of like what the best way of putting this is. They were stopped by the Israeli Navy, doing yet again more piracy on the high seas. Yo ho ho! I be the IDF Navy, and I be stopping humanitarian aid convoys from going into me waters or some shit by doing fucking piracy. Very very cool. And it seems like they were more rough than usual, Israel, I guess, in terms of I don't know how they decided to treat the people that they fucking detained. So they and this is being described by a Turkish activist saying, and of course this is technically alleged, blah 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 blah. But again, it's Israel. They're not beneath doing stuff like this. So yes, allegedly, for legal purposes, they dragged little Greta by her hair before our eyes, beat her, and forced her to kiss the Israeli flag. They did everything imaginable to her as a warning to others. Ersin Selik, a flotilla participant, told Anadolu Agency. A plane carrying 137 activists from the flotilla, including 36 Turkish citizens, landed in Istanbul today. The group was welcomed by families, journalists, and supporters after their ordeal at sea. Makes sense why the Turkish activists would probably be welcomed like this. Let's be quite honest here. Because Turkey's not a big fan of Israel. Erdogan, not a big fan of Israel. All those motherfuckers in Turkey, not big fans of Israel. They don't like Israel very much. Because again, 10 of their activists, 10 of their citizens also died in about, this would have been about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago when Israeli commandos boarded their ship and killed 10 of them. Yeah. I wonder why the Turks might not be big fans of Israel. The activists had joined the mission to break the blockade on Gaza and deliver aid before Israeli forces intercepted their ships. And by the way, they're just going to do it again. This is not going to stop. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be hundreds of ships this time. This time was dozens of ships. Now it's going to be hundreds of ships with thousands of people with way more fucking aid. But then again, as I've said before, it's not about the aid. It's about sending a message. The message that Israel is weak, ineffective, and they are weakening in terms of their hold, in terms of, well, ability to be able to stop aid in order to have influence over the fact that people are not very happy about the fact that their behavior is such that they keep starving women and fucking children and bombing refugee camps and bombing fucking aid workers. People have had enough with the behavior of fucking Israel. And like I said before about Israel, ring, IDF, this is your lawyer. You guys should just keep posting all of your fucking war crimes on fucking TikTok. Like, that's going to really help ingratiate yourselves to the West, which is who they need ostensibly in order to have their, well, main lines of support. But we got our boy Mehdi Hassan here. What the fuck? Where are Obama and Biden and all the Western leaders and celebrities who held her up as a hero when she was campaigning on February climate? Or, well, rather, global fucking climate. All silent now as reports suggest she may be being abused in Israeli detention. She must be released. Of course, based of fucking Mehdi Hassan, as always. We love Mehdi Hassan. Shout out to Mehdi Hassan. Very, very cool. And if I may answer the question, Mehdi, it's because this was her talking about climate change was wholeheartedly in line with what broader sort of like liberal nice city media and was like totally okay with Greta Thunberg basically talking about climate change. Like, yeah, climate change. We love that shit. That's going to, I don't know, really, really play well. This is like a sort of within the line of sort of like broader speaking correct discourse within the Overton window. That's the liberal sort of Overton window is what the term I'm looking for here. But if we talk about being anti-capitalist and the genocide of the Palestinians being conducted by Israel, that's kind of outside of our Overton window. We can't really support what you're saying here. But what do we have here? Israel accused of detaining Greta and an infested cell and making her hold flags. Activist tells Swedish officials she has been subjected to harsh treatment, including insufficient food and water. The environmental campaigner Greta Thunberg has told Swedish officials she is being subjected to harsh treatment in Israeli custody after her detention and removal from a flotilla carrying aid to Gaza, according to correspondence seen by The Guardian. Yeah, this is not going to be great, to be honest. Like, again, you just deciding to torture one of, well, the most prominent Swedish people on the goddamn fucking planet. Hey, Israel, you guys should keep doing that because it's going to look really, really good for you on the fucking general world stage. Oh yeah, 1000% Boy Meets Minnie. Yeah, not to mention failing to dismantle Hamas and instead unaliving their own citizens who were hostages. Oh yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu loves bombing the shit out of fucking civilian hostages. Why do you think there's been a ton of protests within Israel itself? Yeah, it's because of that. According to the correspondence, Israeli forces are also reported by another detainee to have taken photographs where Thunberg was allegedly forced to hold flags. The identity of the flags is unknown. It was probably Israeli flags, more than likely. It's all about, they're trying to like humiliate her for some reason, which is like really strange, because that's not going to make you look good. Like, if those photos get put out by all the fucking smug, stupid fucking Zionists, that's only going to, well, basically make people even more pissed with what Israel is doing. Like, that's not going to look good in the minds of anyone. Everyone's just going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, you people are fucking insane. You people are fucking psychotic. Like, you people can go fuck yourselves. And let's be honest here, Boy Meets Minnie. Who the fuck likes evangelicals? Nobody fucking likes any of those fucking losers. In the email sent by the Swedish Foreign Ministry to people close to Thunberg and seen by The Guardian, an official who has visited the activist in prison said she claimed she was detained in a cell infested with bed bugs with too little food and water. The embassy has been able to meet with Greta, reads the email. She's informed of dehydration. Let me try that again. I'm getting a fucking phlegm attack, dude. She informed of dehydration. She has received insufficient amounts of both food and water. She also stated that she had developed rashes, which she suspects were caused by bedbugs. She spoke of harsh treatment and said she had been sitting for long periods on hard surfaces. Another detainee repeatedly told another embassy that they had seen her, Thunberg, being forced to hold flags while pictures were taken. Again, more than likely Israeli flags. She wondered whether images of her had been distributed, the Swedish ministry official said. Again, let's be honest here. Israel, this is not going to fucking ingratiate you to the rest of the world. What Greta is doing is, broadly speaking, quite fucking popular. And you are appealing to a minority of a minority of a minority. Nobody likes fucking evangelicals, and nobody fucking likes smug, annoying Zionists on social media. People fucking hate those people and do not like engaging with those smug fucking losers. They sent those are all over Telegram? Probably, Boy Meets Minnie. Another detainee reportedly told another embassy... I said that already. The allegation was corroborated by at least 2 other members of the flotilla who had been detained by Israeli forces and released on Saturday. They dragged little Greta by her hair before our eyes, beat her, and forced her to kiss the Israeli flag. They did everything imaginable to her as a warning to others. The Turkish activist Ersin Selik, a participant in the Samud flotilla, told Anadolu news agency. Lorenzo D'Agostino, a journalist and another flotilla participant, said after returning to Istanbul that Thunberg was wrapped in the Israeli flag and paraded like a trophy, a scene described with disbelief and anger by those who witnessed it. Again, I'm going to say this again. Israel, this is not going to ingratiate you to the broader fucking Western world. She is popular. You guys are not. Nobody fucking likes you, Israel. Everyone, broadly speaking, hates your fucking guts. But then again, listen, Israel, as your advisor here, you guys should do literally everything possible to, broadly speaking, make people as pissed as you as possible, because it's going to make you guys look really, really good on the fucking global stage. Thunberg is among 437 activists, parliamentarians, and lawyers who were part of the Global Summit Flotilla, a coalition of more than 40 vessels carrying humanitarian aid, whose goal was to breach Israel's 16-year maritime blockade of Gaza. Between Thursday and Friday, Israeli forces intercepted all the boats and arrested every crew member on board. Most of them are being held at Ketziot, as also known as Ansar 3, a high security prison in the Negev desert used primarily to detain Palestinian security prisoners, many of whom Israel accuses of involvement in militant or terrorist activities. Yeah, I wonder why they're putting them in military prison in particular. Probably not for any reason. A black site where they could do some fucking goddamn little torture just for funsies or some shit, knowing Israel, those fucking miserable wretches. In the past, activists detained by Israel were not criminally prosecuted, and instead their presence was treated as an immigration matter. And yeah, and this time they decided not to go ahead with that because the point is let's be fucking honest here. They want to do this as an example to people in order to try to, well, have a little fun torture before being forced to send them back to their fucking respective countries. You guys are going to, again, really ingratiate yourselves if you're fucking torturing people who are part of the broader sort of Western world. I mean, Trump's not going to give a fuck about any of that shit. Like, he's going to be okay with them getting fucking tortured. But the other countries, not so much. According to lawyers from NGO Adala, the rights of the crew members have been systematically violated. Activists denied water, sanitation, and medication, and immediate access to their legal representatives in clear breach of their fundamental rights to due process, impartial trial, and legal representation. Again, like I said before, these people are demons. The state of Israel is run by demons, and they just want to fucking torture and kill anyone who is being supportive of the fucking Palestinian cause. Well, they're not going to kill these people. Let's be honest here. That would be a little too hot for them. People would probably be genuinely advocating for war, for the country to just be completely removed out of existence if that were the fucking case. Like, that's probably a bridge that's even too far for them to go for. The Italian legal team representing the flotilla confirmed those detained were left for hours without food or water until late last night, with the exception of a packet of crisps handed to Greta and shown to the cameras. Of course, because they have to try to make it look like they're not being too fucking abhorrent with their behavior. But again, it's Israel. They're complete fucking utter monsters. Lawyers also reported instances of verbal and physical abuse. During a visit to Ashdod on Thursday night, Israel's far-right national security minister Itamar Ben-Gvir was filmed calling the activists terrorists as he stood in front of them. Yeah, says the fucking terrorist who basically just is running around and trying to murder as many fucking Palestinians as possible. That's very, very cool. Oh, that's a good point, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, this technically could be considered an act of war because they arrested parliamentarians who are on a peaceful fucking mission. Very, very cool. But you know, Israel, you might be doing some rather sussy things. I don't know. These are terrorists of the flotilla, he said, speaking in Hebrew, pointing to dozens of people sitting on the ground. His spokesperson confirmed the video was filmed at Ashdod port on Thursday night. Some activists were heard shouting, "Free Palestine." Ben-Gvir had previously called for the activists to be jailed rather than deported. No, you're not allowed to do that. You have to fucking deport them because they are foreign nationals who tried to come in illegally. You deport them, not fucking throw them in your prisons. That is illegal under international law, Itamar Ben-Gvir. But then again, I mean, he's like a complete fucking little freak demon. Not even a human, I'll be quite honest, Ben-Gvir. Because he's just like wholeheartedly willing to just do anything possible in order to torture, kill, maim, probably even rape any fucking Palestinians who will get in his fucking way. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that shit. He'll just fucking murder all of them. He doesn't give a shit because he's a fucking complete, utter little demon. This complete freak, Itamar Ben-Gvir. After their arrest, the flotilla's legal team expressed concern over the treatment of the crew members might face, particularly those who had previously been detained by Israeli authorities after attempts to break Gaza's naval blockade. This marks the second time Thunberg has been arrested alongside other flotilla members after a similar attempt earlier this year, which ended with the activists' arrests and deportation. Same with fucking Chris Smalls, and he's black, so some racism also from the fucking dumb fuck Israelis. Yeah, it makes you think. Wouldn't surprise me at all if these fucking demons, these freaks, these fucking complete charlatans, these morons, these demons, within the Israeli state would do something as abhorrent as that, which is to be expected from, well, the same state that's also conducting a genocide of the Palestinians. Baptiste Andre, a French doctor who was on one of the boats of the flotilla, in June told reporters upon his return to France that he witnessed Israeli border agents mock and deliberately deprive passengers of sleep, in particular Thunberg. The Swedish official said in the email that Thunberg was asked by Israeli authorities to sign a document. She expressed uncertainty about what the document meant and did not want to sign anything she did not understand, reads the email. Oh, it's probably like, I don't know, to try to, I don't know, like sign away her fucking rights. I wouldn't be surprised if it was to try to sign away her rights. She should just like not basically refuse, have a lawyer look over it, just be like, no, you guys can like go fuck yourselves. Literally, like Israel is trying to do everything possible. They're really trying to fucking push the line here in particular to, I don't know, like not have anyone declare war on them and just be like, fuck off. Like, you people go fuck yourselves. And this is where Europe, they themselves should just actively shun out and kick Israel out of any sort of like European sort of cooperation because they're treating their fucking civilians like this. Let's not to forget to mention the constant instances of rich Israeli tourists who go to Europe and just like trash the place consistently for the fact that civilians within those countries express support for the fucking Palestinians. Just some fucking food for thought. The Swedish ministry officials wrote that Thunberg has had access to legal counsel. Adala said in an earlier statement about the legal process that although Israeli authorities would have to record or have a record of repeat participants in 8 flotillas, activists such as Thunberg were generally treated in the same way as first-time participants subjected to short-term detention and deportation. Well, they can have a little bit of torture for funsies, though. Just a little bit. My cousin in India used to work in hotels, and the worst tourists he ever encountered, Israelis. Doesn't fucking surprise me. The Guardian contacted the Israel Prison Service, the IDF, and the Israeli military for Foreign Affairs, but none have yet responded to a request for comment. I wonder why they're not going to respond to any requests for comment. Couldn't think of anything. The Swedish Foreign Ministry has said its embassy officials had visited 9 detained Swedes on Friday. The Swedish embassy in Tel Aviv remains in contact with Israeli authorities to stress the importance of swift processing and the possibility of returning home to Sweden. Based on discussions with detained individuals, the importance of addressing individual medical needs were also emphasized. Moreover, the embassy stressed that food and clean water must be provided immediately and that all detainees must be given access to Israeli legal counsel if desired. The Israeli embassy said the allegations were complete lies. Oh, I'm sure they were complete lies, just like how everything is fucking Hamas to you people. Whatever, bro. All detainees from the Hamas Samud provocation were given access to water, food, and toilets. Really? Did you? I don't believe you. You fucking sent them to a military prison, bro, in the Negev desert, meant for fucking Palestinians, detainees, who you suspected of doing terrorist activities. I can only assume that those are military fucking prisons that you sent them to. So, yeah, complete bullshit. I don't fucking believe them. They were not denied access to legal counsel, and all their legal rights, including access to medical care, were fully upheld. Israel is and will all remain a state governed by the rule of law. Oh yeah, you guys decide to do piracy, huh? Really? Governed by the rule of law? Doing piracy in international waters? Using food as a weapon of war? Starvation as well? Rule of law. Governed by the rule of law. Yeah, whatever like schizophrenic interpretation you guys have as the rule of law. Complete fucking nonsense. Committed to upholding the rights and dignity of all individuals in accordance with international standards. Yet again, you decided to do piracy. So I guess you don't actually care about international standards. Complete fucking hypocrites. But, as to be expected from these fucking freaks who just want to make an example out of people who do not fucking like them. And everyone, broadly speaking, fucking hates Israel. I wonder why they hate Israel. Couldn't be because of any particular reasonings whatsoever. But, let's go over some of the hits. Israel starving, Palestinians. Israel, I wonder why people don't like you. New testimonies provide compelling evidence that Israel's starvation of Palestinians in Gaza is a deliberate policy. Wonder why they're doing this. I wonder why people don't like them. Like, let's get some of the classic. Israel, how about bombing aid workers? That's one of their other fucking favorite things they do. Oh, bombing fucking aid workers and digging a mass grave of them. These were 15 UN aid workers who got put into a fucking mass grave that had to get fucking dug out. Israelis attacking, of course, known aid worker locations. This was, of course, a classic example, and a rather infamous example from 2024, where in Deir al-Balah, there was a convoy of World Central Kitchen of about 7 vehicles delivering food and aid to Palestinians, where they got attacked by drones while traveling on pre-approved Israeli routes. So, again, I wonder why people do not like Israel all that much. Wonder why they're sick and tired of all their fucking bullshit. And now they're trying to, go after and try to humiliate activists who are trying to break their fucking goddamn blockade, and are now also trying to do censorship campaigns as well in order to crush any fucking dissent. Any attempted dissent, of course. So again, like, spare me at Israel. You people are fucking demons. You guys do not care about international fucking law. And I guess this can be one of your other fucking favorite hobbies to add onto the list of fucking favorite hobbies. And that is torture of international fucking activists. I don't think there's really much else to say besides the people who run the state of Israel. It is an apartheid state. They are fucking demons. And history will not remember any of these people kindly, and will remember them for what they are, and that is complete, utter fucking freaks.